before we dive in here with the musical world, we just want to ask you musical folks to be a little light on your feet and pop up and stay standing when you hear your name. So, Agnes DeMille, Abe Burrows, Michael King.
Joe Lincoln, Jack Cole, William Hammerstein, Moss Hart, Anna Sokolow.
Jerome Robbins, Bob Fosse.
Founders, mentors.
They were mentors, but also teachers, collaborators. The musical theater family has a sort of incestuous legacy that is somewhat different from the drama.
Dancers who became dance captains, who became assistants, who became choreographers, who became directors, who collaborate with each other at various stages of their career.
Sounds complicated.
Sounds interesting.
We have to start with Bob Fosse.
He got the first actual SSTC. That's what we were known as then, SSTC contract.
That's right, I've seen it. It's hanging on the wall of the union office.
So, Bob Fosse.
And Ryan King.
Not again.
50 for the 50th. May I continue? Chris Chadman. Andy Blankenbuehler made his Broadway debut as a dancer working for Chris Chadman. Sheldon X.
And Patricia Wilcox was mentored by Sheldon. Come on, Patty Karen said you would start the ball rolling and stand up. Where are you? Great. Excellent.
Sheldon was mentored by Jack O'Brien, who also mentored John Randall.
Fosse.
Graciela Danielle was Fosse's dance captain on Chicago.
Rob Marshall was Gracie's dance captain on Mystery of Edmund Drew.
More about him later. Gracie also mentored Wayne Salento.
And continuing the dance captain mentorship program, Shelley Williams was Wayne's dance captain on Aida.
Speaking of dancing.
Michael Kidd. Michael Kidd choreographed Can Can, directed by fellow founder Abe Burrows.
Also from the world of ballet.
Agnes DeMille. From Agnes, Gemsy Deluxe. Gemsy's the go-to girl for the Agnes DeMille legacy.
There is also Dennis Cole.
Kathleen Marshall studied with Gemsy in college.
Okay, back to the Marshalls. Kathleen assisted Rob on Damn Yankees.
Dan Connecties observed the Kathleen Marshall show.
Rob and Kathleen both worked with Susan H. Shulman.
And all three are friends, mentors,
And collaborators.
with Rob Ashford.
Susan's mentor was her teacher, Annette Carroll, and Susan is here tonight with Amy Corcoran, whom she's mentoring in graduate school. Amy is the most recent Coward Fellow. Her fellowship was with Mark Rucker on a production of Private Lives.
Did you know that Anna Sokolow mentored Martha Clark?
No.
Well, she's right over there. Ask her.
Jack Cole.
Carmen DeLavalade danced for Jack Cole, so did Carol Haney and Hope Clark.
Eddie Cowan danced for Carol Haney.
And Ken Roberson was mentored by Hope Clark.
Isn't Hope a tapper?
She sure is, and speaking of tappers, Henry Latang, he mentored Shake Sullivan.
It feels like we're missing someone.
Yeah.
George Abbott.
Mr. Abbott worked with almost everyone we have mentioned thus far.
Charlie?
And of
Yes, I
course,
keep staring at you, wondering why I know this.
And Al
I did a
Prince.
play with David.
let's do one at a time. This is
feel better.
complicated enough.
Well, Hal would say that he was also mentored by
Jeffrey's
Jerry
Trice. I
Robbins.
was in Holiday at the Alnay. I played Ned.
Michael Bennett choreographed Company, which Al directed and co-directed.
Fuck, don't I know
That's
who
a
this
nice
is?
group.
Good to see you.
Michael Bennett also choreographed Promises, directed by Robert Moore. Bob Moore has mentored John Going,
No.
who mentored David Armstrong.
Michael Bennett mentored Tommy
Up
too.
in the office.
Tommy in turn has mentored Jeff
Your
Allen.
pink
Who
with
mentored DJ Salisbury.
Returning to Hal, he also mentored Paul Lazarus.
Detour here, Paul was also mentored by Trevor Nutt.
What are you doing tonight?
Trevor worked with Lynn Taylor Corbett, who also worked with James Levine.
And Jillian Lynn has worked with both Trevor and Hal.
Lonnie Price made his Broadway musical debut in a Hal Prince show.
And of course, Susan Stroman. And Hal did that amazing revival of Showboat. Susan founded the Mike Offred Fellowship.
And Mike was particularly inspirational to Casey Nicolau. Those are his words.
Jerry Robbins has no shortage of mentees.
Patricia Birch was mentored by Robin. She was in the original cast of West Side Story.
Pat has mentored many folks, including Jonathan Cerullo.
West Side Story also brings us to Peter De Niro, Robin's co-choreographer.
Peter's daughter Liza is a member, and he choreographed Irene for Gower Champion.
Gower mentored Randy Skinner and Larry Carpenter, who in turn mentored Danny Pelzig.
Back over to Mr. Robbins. He mentored founder Donald Sadler.
And inspired Julie Aronoff.
Oh, here's a good one. Julie choreographed the original production of Hair, directed by Thomas O'Horgan, who mentored Michael John Garces, who was also mentored by Sturgis Warner.
Again, back to Mr. Robbins. Jerry Mitchell. was one of the dance captains of Jerome Robbins' Broadway.
Joey McNeely was in that show, and he reproduced Robbins' choreography for the current revival.
Jerry Zaks got advice from Jerry Robbins when he did Anything Goes.
And Jerry,
Which one?
Zaks,
Okay.
has mentored B.T. McNichol. My name is Lillian King, and tomorrow I start my observership on Grill Crazy with Jerry Zaks at Encores.
My name is Noah Racing, and I have assisted and been mentored by Jeff Calhoun and Tommy Toon. I joined SDC in 2007 to choreograph White Christmas, directed by Jeff Calhoun.
My name is Alyssa Weinzimmer, and I was the 2009 Offred Fellow on Minsky's, choreographed and directed by Casey Nicola.
My name is Andy Sandberg, and in 2007, I was mentored by Hal Prince on Love Music for an SDCF observership. And in an attempt to follow as closely in my mentor's footsteps as possible, I decided to win a Tony Award in my first Broadway producing venture with Hair. I was 25. Hal won his first Tony for producing The Pajama Game in 1955, and I hope you will forgive me for pointing out he was 27.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to introduce to you
The newest SDC member,
The choreographer of the newest production of Dreamgirls at the Apollo Theater,
Shane Sparks.
for all of the artists
Named in SDC's illustrious and complicated heritage, please stand.
And also all of the other SDC members of the room, we know you're here. There's Art Menke, Sue Lawless, Danny Ezrilo, Kate Powers,
Keith Greer, Waldo Gonzalez, Yvonne Curry, Andrea Androsakis, Sarah Lampert Cooper, Bill Castellino,
Gary John LaRosa, Barry McNabb, Rhonda Miller, Meredith Stein, Gordon Greenberg,
and any other members we may have forgotten, please stand now.
ladies and gentlemen, directors and choreographers,
theater artists, supporters, and industry partners.
mentors and mentees.
oh what the hell, everybody.
Please join me in a round of applause for our intricate, celebrated, and sometimes infamous legacy of our past, present,